Oh, this was an interesting. This is just a pastor who basically talks about autism, how you can pray it away.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, no, because I think that what an intellectual thing to say. Do you want to hear what he has to say?
I kind of do.
It's super smart.
Maybe I'll try it at work and then I'll lose my job. You know?
Yeah, you'll be able to cure the people that you support at your job because they. It's a little low, so I'm gonna turn. We're just gonna have to endure it. So.
You might have to pray for some things to be fixed. Let's talk about one. Let's talk about autism.
Whoa.
Rick, did you just go there?
It always gets me. It always gets me when somebody somebody's desperate to present a hot take. I think that's the cringiest thing. Like they want to tell you a hot take. Like I understand people have hot takes.
Did you just say that?
Did you really just say that? Chamoy is disgusting. Did you really just? I don't even know what that is. It's a spice that's popular on TikTok. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But you get my point. People are desperate to have hot takes.
The fuck?
Hot take.
I don't know what Chamoy is.
Hot take. What are we doing with all these dogs in these shelters? Feed them to homeless people.
No. Better bury them. Make new fossil fuels.
Yeah. Oh, right. No, listen, because this is the thing. There's dogs that go into these shelters, and unfortunately, there's a capacity. So sometimes it's called a kill shelter, and they have to put down the older dogs. If this was a good point. If dinosaurs make fuel, we just bury a bunch of dogs, and we make dog gasoline. All the dinosaurs got buried. It made dinosaur fuel. You bury dogs, it makes dog fuel. Dog gas.
This is a conversation we had in the car the other night, which is why I brought up my Megalodon question, because I was really thinking about that. Like, if fossil fuels are just like dinosaurs,
yeah,
why don't we take things that die, including people, and like put them in the ground and bury them and turn them into new fossil fuel, especially because we're running out of fossil fuel?
First of all, we're not really running out. America has a lot of stored up. But yeah, I don't get it. It takes a couple million years. But what if we made either a time machine or we could just artificially make the process go faster? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we have to...
Like think about it. If you put something in a fire, it makes more fire. So if we just put all the dogs in gasoline, it would just make more gasoline.
But like, oh yeah, it takes a million years. But yeah, so if we start now, the sooner we'll have more. You know? Listen, it might sound a little weird, but I'm not exactly wrong.
I don't listen, we might be. I think we're just being a little silly. I think by that time we'll be extinct. We need to figure out more short-term solutions. But it's something to think about. So
I'm not 100% wrong.
It's
maybe 99, but I'm not 100% wrong.
Fair enough. Let's continue.
Yeah. Like, I know a minister who has seen lots of kids.
I bet. I bet.
Oh my God. Can I tell you?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was walking around in Huntington with my mother and her husband yesterday.
Okay.
And this is terrible. I don't know if I should tell the story. We walked past a church. And so my mother and husband goes, how many kids do you think have been, in there? God. And my mom's response was, probably not many, because in whatever religion it was, she's like, those priests or whatever are allowed to be married.
Oh, but kind of based and true. But a contributing factor, I think.
Oh my goodness. I also had Dough and Company pizza, which was apparently voted like the top 5 pizzas in either Long Island or New York.
Okay.
It sucked. It was terrible. It had the dough had no taste. It was not good.
Dave Portnoy says, a lot of pizza sucks.
Yeah, true.
That he cast that demon out and they were healed, and then he had to pray and their brain was rewired.
People with autism are demons, babe. You understand that? Here's my thing. Everybody has different levels of support they need, but this is, I think, a somewhat interesting concept. People with ADHD or autism is that I think that part of the reason why we see issues with people with ADHD and autism can sometimes just be the way that society tries to educate people in mass where it becomes less personal and more difficult to help. You know, if everybody in the world had ADHD, I imagine the world would be structured in a way that would appeal to people with ADHD and help them survive. And people without ADHD would actually be the ones that have a tough time because they would need different teaching protocols. I think that a similar thing could be said about autism as well.
Yeah.
So.
And they were fixed.
Fixed. Damn, this guy's so smart.
Yeah, I just went there. I mean, you can get online and see lots of examples of it.
Oh, okay. You couldn't see a single example of somebody with autism being quote unquote cured of it. And now there are conversations from like Elon Musk about creating a microchip that could rewire the brain to take away autism, and that's a whole conversation about like the ethics of whether you would do that or not. You know, I think. But that being said, God, I don't think that it's ever done that.
I just feel like at the core, like, what is the problem with autism? If we develop education to be more personalized, like, then
autism
like what is
really
the problem? Like, there's a lot of like strengths in autism, including like savantism.
True.
Like, there's people with autism who are like extremely smart and talented and able in certain areas.
We know somebody like that. I don't want to be specific, but they're going to school on like they want to make like fucking
they want to improve
limbs.
Robotic limbs. Like, it's crazy.
I can't even improve my health, you know, and this guy you know what I mean?
And it's like for like the people I support, like their autism creates problems for them in terms of communication. Their lack of ability to communicate leads to different behaviors because they can't express their wants and needs and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But like at the core, like, why would we get rid of autism? Like, it's not something necessarily bad.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, sure. But either way, I don't think that anybody could pray the autism away from their body.
No.
It's just preposterous bullshit.
But there is something to say about, like, there's people, like, I feel like I know a few people who, like, when we were little, diagnosed with Asperger's, that they had behavior intervention.
Yeah, and it helped
that, like, increased their ability to cope. So now if you met them, like, you wouldn't know that there were, like, those, like, weird social things going on with them or anything like that.
Yeah.
But just because they had good intervention at a young age.
Yeah, so that they can adjust to society.
Yes.
And sometimes some people with different struggles may not be able to adjust to the way our society functions. And I think that's where a lot of it comes from.
Yeah, and I also think that a lot of the things, like, we're doing, a lot, not all, but a lot of the things that we're doing in society to, like include people with autism, like sensory things and stuff like that, are things that can just be positive for all people. Like, I was actually just looking. One of my favorite places to go is the Alligator Farm in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
And they're like a certified, like, sensory place where they have, like, different areas that, like, are more quiet than others and stuff like that.
Sure.
And, like, I vibe with that for myself. Like, I like to step away and just being quiet sometimes.
I get what you're saying. I feel like there are areas of our society where we notice that there might be a particular benefit for everybody when we isolate and, like, have an issue with one person.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Like, for me, and, you know, I'm a little, like, you know, political brain, but when it comes to the conversation about, like, trans people in locker rooms, and it's like, oh, you don't want this person there, but locker rooms in general, like you said, are just uncomfortable. Why am I getting undressed in front of another person in general?
Yeah.
I have weird nipples. So, but we're just like, oh, it's like, to me, that shows a glaring problem with just locker rooms are uncomfortable. Who cares? I don't care who's looking at my naked. I don't want you to do it unless it's my wife. And it's like, but since we have this whole issue with this particular group of people, we've identified a greater societal problem. And it's like people with autism or some kind of, you know, disability, you know, maybe you need some kind of, like, specific protocol to help that person thrive. And it's like, well, maybe everybody could benefit from that protocol in some capacity as well.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of look at it like that.
It's not demonic, then we have to say God made them that way.
That's what it was. Wait, I thought that's what you would say. God made them this way, but now he's saying that, like, it's a demon entered the body.
Didn't God make demons?
What?
Didn't God make demons?
Yeah, God seems like kind of a rude guy.
God did everything. That's why I fucking hate everybody.
Well, no, it's not God's fault. A woman ate an apple, and that made everything turn out this way. It's women's fault. Did you not understand that? Woman did the first sin, and men have had to pay for it for eternity because of women.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only other explanation. Why is my kid have autism?
Yeah, why is my kid have autism? Why can't this guy speak intelligently?
Well, either the devil's attacked them, he's brought this infirmity upon them, he's got them where he wants them, and or God just doesn't like them very much and he made them that way.
And or the apple doesn't fall far from the fucking tree.
What do you mean by that?
Why does my child have autism? Because your child has your genetics.
Oh, maybe you have like a particular struggle as well. Well, he's talking about why God would make somebody have autism, and he's saying that autism is this horrible thing.
Oh, I understand.
That's what, yeah. My thing is that it's interesting when you hear religious people talk about mental health conditions, when it's like you realize that we haven't seen a religious prophet or messiah since we discovered what schizophrenia is. We haven't heard anybody talking of burning bushes. Nobody's claiming to be the son of God or a messiah. And it's like, you criticize mental health, but I mean, you ever think that maybe all the guys that were like, "Hey, I talked to God," maybe they could have benefited from medication. So something to think about.
Well, my God doesn't make junk.
My God made my junk. What? Oh, he's calling people with autism junk.
Yeah,
he's a piece of shit. He's a fucking loser. He's disgusting.
Fuck.
That's terrible, right?
Listen, you're talking about one of God's children. How dare you talk about them that way?
Exactly. What happened to love in your heart, you fucking scumbag?
God doesn't make mess ups. God doesn't make people that way.
What way? God certainly dressed this man the way he's dressed, though. A belt,
this man is
jeans,
making me feel violent.
Shorts. He's a piece of shit, right?
This is the only thing that makes me feel better, that if God is real,
he's going to hell.
When he gets up there, God's going to be like, "Is that really what you think I meant?"
Yeah.
You really thought I meant that?
God's going to be like, "You fell for my you're going to hell, sir." And he's going to send him down there.
So let's quit being nice and putting a Band-Aid on stuff and giving it medicine. And this goes so much bigger than autism, people. I just gave you that as
autism people.
He's probably going to say it's also gay people, too.
As an example.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense as to why there's only like 7 people watching his dog shit fucking sermon. So, but he gets tax-free. Yeah, incredible stuff. So, what do you think about that? Fucking preposterous.
That was it?
That was everything we got, yeah.
He serves on a school board.
Oh, does he?
That's what it says. Meet Pastor Rick Morrow of Beulah Church in Richland, Missouri. He also serves on the Stoutland School Board.
Yeah. Looks like he just has a bunch of Sunday services. Learn the strength of gentleness. Yeah, this was his it was just this video from a few days ago. Yeah, this guy's disgusting though, honestly. So I just wanted to show you that. I just thought this was funny.
Oh, the PlayStation, right? Yeah.
Hey, yo! Now that I got a PS5!
I just thought it was funny because it's so reflective of the real world. You're so happy with something that you have until you see somebody else that has something better. And then all of a sudden now you hate your life. And I feel like if we tried to focus less on what other people have and we just try to stay more content with what we have, maybe we would find a little bit more internal happiness.
That was beautiful.
Thanks, baby. That's, what I call that?
What?
I call that my Robin speech.
Oh.
Because you're very beautiful.
Thank you.